Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to the Dynamic Engineer. So you may be looking at my face after a length of time, and the reason was I was a little bit busy and my works. Okay, so today we are going to start a series of very much important questions that are related to civil engineering or civil engineering interview questions. So here is the list that I'm going to start. Like, all these questions are important for all those people who are going to work either on site or in academics. So all these questions that I have mentioned here, this is just a small list. I'm going to go for a series of like part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4 and that may be too much for you people, but I will have to share the concepts that I have learned for years being a field engineer and being a structural engineer. Okay, so what are the important questions? Let's start it. Civil engineering questions which are important. So I have started from general questions. Here I have mentioned that the first 3 questions that you are going to be asked in interviews are general questions. Like the question number 1 is, tell me about yourself. Okay, this is a very much important question that is asked frequently in all the interviews. Tell me about yourself. Every person that is going to interview you is going to ask this question. So tell me about yourself is a question where the answer is you will have to tell about yourself, and from telling about yourself it means that you'll have to talk about your future, you'll have to talk about your present, and you'll have to talk about your past, like what you have done in past, like what were the different positions that you have worked on being a civil engineer, what are your qualifications, and what do you want to do in future. That is what the tell me about yourself answer is. Okay, this is a very much important question. The second question is, why do you want this job? Like this is a question that needs you to be honest. Like if you are going for an interview, then you need to be honest that why do you need this job. Okay, so if you are going to be a site engineer, the good answer can be like, I want to learn about construction sites because I have been in academics for a long time and I do know about the basic concepts of designing, of construction and all the things, but now I want to understand the concepts of construction at site. So that is a very much important answer, and that is a possible answer of why do you want this job. Okay, you are if you are going for whatever interview it is, the possible answer may be you want to learn about that job. Okay, and you want to share the experience you do have in past. Okay, so that is the possible answer to that question. The question number 3, okay, this is a very much technical question. Why should we hire you? Like out there, tens or hundreds of students are waiting, tens or hundreds of applicants are waiting for their job. So why shall we hire you? That is an important question. The possible answer is you will have to talk about your qualities. Okay, like why should we hire you? You will have to talk about your qualities. Like I have good time management skills, I do know very good about the softwares related to the job, or I do know very well about the management of team, whatever the question is. So that is the answer to this question, that why shall we hire you. Okay, now these were the general questions that you will be asked in any sort of interview. Now coming to the civil engineering, that what are the basic questions that people are going to ask you people out there in the field or in the offices. So the question number 1, okay, this is a series and you don't need to just think that this is the question number 1 that everybody is going to ask me. So this question, the technical question depends upon the interviewer, that what sort of experience that interviewer do have. Like he has been from academics, like he has been from field, so that depends upon that. Okay, so I would like to share the field experience with you people because that is very much important. So the question number 1 is RCC members. There are 2 types of RCC members that you are going to be asked, that what is tension member and what is compression member. Okay, so tension members are all those members in any construction site that are going to bear load and tension. Okay, like beams, like trusses. Like if you just imagine, look at this. If we are applying load over this beam from top, then this beam is going to hawk. Okay, sag. This is going to sag, and like this. If we are applying load over this beam from the top, this is going to be somewhat like this. So its shape is showing that it's these points are fixed, and the tensile loads are going to make the shape like this. So this is what we call the tensile member. Okay, so the simple definition is tensile members are all those members which takes load and tension. Okay, and this is a very simple answer, and the example is a very simple example is beam or girder. Okay, now here is the another member, that is the compression member. So what are the compression members? This is also an important question that is mostly asked in interviews. So compression members are all those members which takes axial load and compression. Like if you look at this column, here you can see that load is applied over this column, and this will have to transfer this load towards the foundation. Okay, so this is a compression members. Okay, the difference between tension members and compression members is their design criteria as well. Like these members will have to transfer loads and tension. Okay, like if you look at this, if load is applied over this point, then this will have to transfer it toward this column and this column, or this support and this support. While and if you look at this, it will go somewhat like this, these loads. Okay, so tensile forces will be the main forces that are going to be considered during design purpose, while these compression members are going to take loads and compression and will have to transfer it through the process of compression load transfer. And buckling is the main phenomena that is going to control the design of compression members. Okay, so these are the differences between the tension members and the compression members. This was an important concept. This may be a little bit difficult for you people, but try to understand this. This is an important concept. Now, another question that is mostly asked, that why we use RCC. Okay, instead of using only concrete, why do we use RCC members? So the reason is because only concrete is very weak in tensions, and as I said, here you can see that tensile forces are the main forces that are going to transfer, that are going to be applied over this beam. So if concrete is weak in tension, then the use of only concrete is not sufficient to transfer this load from this point to this point. So that is the reason that we use a combination of concrete and steel, which is known as RCC. Okay, so the answer is we use RCC because we want to transfer both tensile and compressive load to the same point. Okay, so that is the reason. The question number 6 is why concrete is done in layers. Okay, this is also an important question for site engineers, that why concrete is done in layers. Whenever we go for heavy members, especially like for columns or for heavy rafts, we just go in layers. Like if this is a column, okay, this is a complete column, then we first power 1/3 of concrete, then another 1/3, and then the last 1/3. So why? What is the reason that we do this in layers? So the reason is because concrete got properties like porosity. Okay, this is, we call it permeability in concrete. Okay, and there are small pores which do need to be removed from concrete. Okay, so the reason is we want to remove pores. Okay, the second one is hydration. This is an important question. Hydration, we want concrete to go through the process of hydration easily, so that is why we do concrete and layers. Like why in hydration? Because if we do not allow concrete to go through the process of hydration easily, then there is a chance that this concrete may crack. Okay, so to stop that cracking, we do concrete in layers. Like if this is a heavy raft, okay, this is a 6 feet raft, okay, the depth of this concrete is 6 feet. So we first power the first 3 feet and then the other 3 feet, because the first 3 feet will go through the hydration process and then another 3 feet will go through the hydration process. So that is an easy and an understandable method for concrete, to do concrete in layers. Now another question is why compaction is needed in heavy concretes. In heavy concrete means whenever we do concretes like in rafts or in columns, we go through the process of compaction, and compaction is done through the vibrators. Okay, the manual vibrators or the mechanical vibrators are used in this process, and the reason is, as I previously told, that we do want to remove the air, okay, and we do want to place the concrete exactly where it is needed, like around the bars. If we do need concrete, then we will have to compact the concrete so that it may easily go through the process of covering this slab, this bar. Okay, so that is the reason that we go for compaction process. Now, so here is the last question for today. What is slump? Okay, slump, this is an important question that you will even be needing it every day in your construction process. What is slump? So slump is actually the measurement of workability of any concrete. Okay, like if concrete is not workable, that is also not a needed concrete, and if it is very much workable, that is also a not needed concrete. Okay, so slump is actually the measurement of the workability of any concrete. That is the definition of concrete. Okay, that is the definition of slump. So all these were some important questions that I wanted to share with you people. I hope that you would have learned something, so don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you may get all the interview questions that I'm going to share with you people. These were the basic questions. If you do have any question in your mind, you can ask it in comments, and inshallah next time I'm going to explain it for you. Thank you very much for today. Allah Hafiz.